Alright, is this recording? Sounds good. Sounds like I can hear myself. So I haven't done one of these like voiceover videos in a long time. I think I did this on a project I worked on a long time ago, but anyways, I'm gonna be just narrating whatever happens in this race. So this is me doing a Formula 1600, which is a slower version of open wheel racing in iRacing. I had been practicing most of my iRacing time into the Mazda MX-5, which is, you know, looks more like a road car. And those are pretty hard to drive, and it's a pretty notoriously bumpy rookie series. Now with those cars, you can bump them and rub them a little bit more than some other road cars, but these open wheel formula cars where the wheels are exposed, you really can't get as much bumping and rubbing before, you know, you're gonna spin out. I also wanted to try eventually getting my hand at something like an Indy car, but maybe that's more for oval racing. But my long love is track racing, so I'm going to start my first qualifying lap here, coming around that bend, just going to touch the outside green area. I'm not really sure how far you can go, and I'm really not pushing track limits that hard. It's my first time on this track. I do notice that I can't see what gear I'm in ever when I'm looking at this view, but I do have like a display. Oh, actually down to the left I can see. But I do have a display in front of me that I'm trying out that I can see everything. So I go into first gear here. Now, you gotta remember this is my first night on the track. I probably only took 20 minutes to learn the track, and then this is my first qualifying lap. I think my best lap here is around a 1:01. And I think on this qualifying lap I'm gonna hit a 1:02, not to spoil anything, but this slow left-hander, but it really matters, or right-hander, it really matters how much exit you get on this, because it's just a long straight and then a long curve to the finish. So it's a pretty quick lap, being only 1 minute, and it was pretty easy to learn. These cars are pretty loose, but you can get a lot of angle in them. It almost feels like a little bit more similar to like a go-kart than the MX-5 series did, but I think on the next lap I just spin out there, so you can see I'm getting a decent amount of time there, a decent position. We're gonna start here in the second row, and the lights are gonna go on, and my reactions have been getting pretty good actually. I normally get pretty good starts out into the finish, out into the start, and you can see that guy gets a little bit better start over on the right side, me on the inside line. And looks like there's a guy on my inside, but he's going to dive out, and people are going to start smacking each other all over behind me. Car left, it looks like I'm 3 wide. One guy, I'm going to let him go. It's better just to let people go here. Get a little bit of a dump tap from the back. 2 points for the incidents there, and people are going to go crazy up ahead of me. All 3 of these guys are going to get involved, and I'm going to go inside to the left. This guy on my left side here is kind of making me a little bit nervous, but luckily he's going to back out of that corner because we're all on cold tires. A lot of times in the MX-5 series, I'll see people just send it up the inside there, and they'll go all over. And that guy's just going to spin out basically on his own accord, if you see there up in the top. And now I kind of got the track to myself, which is really fortunate here that we made it here without any major incidents. We did pick up 2 points, but that's looking just to be okay. And now it's just time to get my foot down and you know, just lean into the car. So the car tires start cold, which means we're gonna have less grip. Taking this corner a little bit slower than we are gonna be able to on the next couple laps, but it's gonna take around 1.5, 2 laps to get those tires warmed up here. And you see already some weaving in front of me. These 2 guys are now fighting. We're in 4th position, and because of that weaving and the cold tires, I think one of them just went up there, so we're just gonna gain 1. Now we're driving alone again. We see 2 people ahead of us, so since we're in 3rd, those are the leader and the person in 2nd place, and we're just going to concentrate on keeping it on the track, a little bit of oversteer as I hit the inside of that curb. And yeah, it's a pretty simple race from here on out. We're just going to focus in, and since it's been my first time on the track, I'm a little bit easier on the car here. I think I'm setting lap times in the, you know, mid 1 single digits, so 104 or whatever. But I'm not going to try to go super fast right away, just, you know, work my way up, hope these guys up front make a mistake. That's kind of how I race these rookie series races, just to get going and get forward, and then defend my position or attack later in the race when the tires are warm and when there's a little bit less on the line. No reason to go crazy now. So let's see, I get the notification that I'm in 3rd. And then I think that I just kind of, you know, get my foot down here, so I'm going to skip ahead a little bit. Now, throughout the race, I've seen this driver behind me, and he's going to start to take some looks up at me, and now that he's gotten closer, he's within that 1 second. Now, if you look at my mirrors on the side of my car, they're much more zoomed in, so he looks like he's much closer than he is. But this guy's just taking looks on me, so I know that he's going to get a little bit antsy here. It's lap 5 of the race now, and we're skipped from lap 2. So he's worked his way up to me, so he's a good amount faster. Number 9, Alejandro up there, has taken a little bit of a gap to us, 6 seconds, and I'm going to get a little bit loose there, and the guy's going to come to my right side there. Now we got yellow flags up ahead, so it must be a bat marker up here going off. Let's see if we can see them. It's a slow car left, but I don't see anyone. And there they are. That must have been actually one of the leaders. That looks like the leader cars are just switching position there, and it looks like these guys are, yeah, getting a little bit of brake lock there on the right into this turn, I think 4 there. As we go through the middle section of the track, big sweeping left to right motions here. This guy behind me has seemed to have come off the attack from now. He was only a quarter second down from me, but now that there's been some action up ahead, I think he slowed down for that, just to make sure that we didn't go through wide through any dangerous portions. You also can't pass on the yellow. But now we're here down on the back straight again. I see a back marker way up there in the ahead of everyone, so we're gonna go around this corner, and hopefully this guy doesn't come at me. It seems like he's taking a much tighter line through there, but hopefully I get a wider exit and I get a little bit further away from him. So it seems to be good up there. Another brake lockup from the guy in front, a little bit of dust going in the air there. We're taking the inside to get a little bit too much curb maybe, and that guy goes off. So there we go. That must promote us into second place here, because here we go, the other guy's in front. He got a little bit of brake lockup, so we're catching up on him. I don't know if that's the number 9 car or someone else. We see someone stopped over there on the right, and then over here this guy's gonna poke his nose up on the right side, coming into the big hairpin of the circuit over between the long straight. Really going to try to get a good exit here. Go into the corner kind of fast, kind of wide, try to turn the car and get the rotation in, and then shift down all the way to first, not a second. And it looks like we got away from him a little bit there. It looks like he didn't get the run he wanted on me, just because we're able to get that. But it's this section that I'm always the most worried about, and is going to come into play later. As I get really loose and he's going to go by on the inside, that's just a tough section to get right in these low downforce cars over here. But I'm going to try to come back on the switchback and fight for that inside line. It looks like we're not going to get it, and I forced him out wide. I didn't hit him at all here. He just got a little bit nervous, not used to going around the outside there. Probably a little bit more marbles too, less grip. So that guy goes wide, and we're coming back around here. Now we should be pretty much free. That guy's going to be down quite a bit on me. The next guy back is this number 6 car, Andrew Chirac, or however you say that name. And he's about 9 seconds in the pass, so we're not really going to worry about him. Taking a look now, lap 8. Going to come around here and just continue to do our best, but this guy behind is going to make his way up closer to us. Looks like he's having some fights with some back markers right now, but he does have the pace to come up against us. This is Levi in car number 4. So I'm going to skip ahead to where he does come up back and give us a little bit more fighting action. So now we're coming back to the race again, now on lap 10. Looks like he's 1.18 seconds behind us, and now going to bring that down to under a second. 3/4 behind us, or 7/10 behind us. I should say 3/4. I don't know why I'd say that, but 7/10 behind us, and he has been gaining over every single lap. Looks like he gained over like 4/10 in the last time, but he's going to go a little bit wider around there, and hopefully we can just keep it on the track and not make any major mistakes and not let him by. 11th lap now, and I'm going to skip to our next lap where he's going to get ever so closer. And now as we come up to this big last bend, we're going to see that the race time is pretty much expired. 30 seconds remaining in the race, so we're going to get that white flag, and number 4 down here, Levi, has taken his time getting back up to us and really wants this second place position. Fabian is way up there, 17 seconds ahead. There's no chance of us catching him, so really this is a battle for second place. looking good. Only 2 points now for the instant encounter, and we're gonna try to go in. You can see he's getting desperate, going really fast, carrying a lot of speed in those corners. He's getting really close to my right. Get the notification of a car right, but gonna hold our line to try to push him off the fastest line there. He has to back out. Now we're gonna take this left-hander in third. Gonna come up as much as possible here, get really good on the brakes, really good into there, and try to get a good exit out of here so he doesn't get a good run, but don't get the best of exit. It looks like he took a little bit of a wider line. He's gonna start creeping up on us ever so slowly. He's probably just a little bit quicker in this last section. Once again, I told you I'm so worried about this where he passed us before, and he's just gonna come in and cut me off. Well, I easily have that corner in my opinion, and I think I recorded the replay. Transmitting on the drivers, though, not super happy about that move, but he got it done. Took another 2 incident points for that. If anything, he deserves a little bit more than that. But just letting him know that, hey man, I'm not really happy about that move. Really feel like I had the corner, and here's the replay. Comes up and just bumps me while I'm on the inside line. There's all that outside of the track to move. And yeah, there's nothing really I could do about that. You can see he just kind of turns into me. But yeah, that was my first Formula 1600 series and my narration of it. I know that's probably not the best, and my voice is probably a little bit hoarse because I went to a concert yesterday. But yeah, I think I'm going to keep racing this series. I really like the outcome of this track and this race more than the MX5 series. So I think I'm going to keep doing this, and hopefully I'll upload more in the future. Peace.